All right, what's up, Flex family? This is Antoine Robinson back again with another seed starting video. Actually, we've already got some seeds that have germinated, and I want to show you guys how these things get potted up. I hear this question all the time: is that people want to garden, but they just don't know what to do. And so I really want to use this series just to help people who just have a desire to garden to just get started gardening. As I said in my last video, if you got some seeds, you got some dirt, you've got something to put the plants in, you're golden. You're good to go. The rest of the stuff you're gonna have to learn as you go along. But I always tell people, start with plants that are simple. When I started out, I really started out with lettuces, peppers, and peas. I love peppers because they're no nonsense. They're very simple to grow. Last year I took the old peppers that I had and I just threw them in a container because I was growing peppers. I had some in ground and I had some in containers because I accidentally grew too many. All I did was just took the old peppers, I threw them in a container, I put some old soil on top of there, I put some, amended and put some fertilizer and other amendments in there, added some more new soil and then some leaf mulch on top of those. And as I'm cleaning out the leaf mulch this year, as I'm getting ready for the spring season, these pepper plants are growing. And so that just amazed me of how nature actually works. We always talk about how we don't have a green thumb or how we just can't grow plants. But these plants want to grow. I mean, this is how God hardwired them. Nature wants these things to grow. And so all you got to do is put the seeds in the dirt and add water, and these seeds are going to do what they were designed to do. And so last year I planted 2 different pepper plants. These right here that were growing in that container are these pepperoncini Greek peppers. I really love these. Not super spicy. These are kind of like the banana peppers, just with a little bit of spice to them. But they were super good, super prolific last year. I also did some of the burpee jalapeno peppers, which were really good. They weren't as hot this year as they normally are, and so I'm going to grow them again this year. See if maybe they'll be a little bit spicier this year. But last year they just didn't have the typical spice that these normally have, and these are the hot ones, and so they were supposed to be hot. But you know what, COVID could have changed my taste buds, and things probably aren't as hot as they could have been. And so what I'm going to do, guys, is these were already germinating in the soil, and so all I did was scoop the seeds out that were already germinated, and I just put them in this cup. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to take these bad boys out. We're going to just massage the container a little bit, get them to separate a little bit, and we're just going to try to coax them out of here and see if we can't get them out and just replant them here. Man, this is crazy. I got worms in here and all types of things. I never would have imagined that I'd have worms in here. That's so crazy. But hey, that tells you how good the soil is to have worms in there. But take a look at these plants. See how rooted they are. The roots are fantastic already. I normally like to leave as much soil as I can leave on there, but I mean, if you can't, as you're poking these out, just do the best that you can. But what I have is I have these containers. I got these 3-inch pots off of Amazon. They were $20 for 200 of them. So when you look at it, $1 per pot. For me, that's not bad. I hate spending money on stuff like this. You can also go to the dollar store, and for $1 or $2, you can buy 100 solo cups. Solo cups work perfectly as well. But I mean, I saw these as I was purchasing some other stuff on Amazon, so I went ahead and bought these. And really, all you got to do is just put these. I just make a little indentation in the soil. Fill these up with soil. If you don't think you have enough, just add a little bit more soil to them. I'm just going to add a little bit more soil to this one. These, I like to put them into the pot about the same level where the soil was. There is a little variance to these, but I just like to make sure that I don't plant peppers too deep. These are pretty long, and so all you're doing is just sticking them in the hole. You want to move the soil around to make sure that they're covered in the pot. and then you're good to go. And so that's all it is. And so I'm going to go through and I'll pot a couple more of these. I also need to pot up these right here. I have this is the ones I intended to plant right here. I put them in these seed trays. And so I have the jalapeno peppers, I have the banana peppers, and I also have the peppercini peppers that are just growing in here. I've really neglected these because of time. I haven't had time to up pot these, but they are already in these plug trays. And look how big these things are. You know, you can pull them out, and look how big the roots are. And you do the same thing. I mean, these plants are already growing and well established. You can look at the difference between these, which I had already potted up, and these that I pulled out of this cup, and you just see how strong these are. And so I'm going to really plant all of these because these are in these plug trays, and they're so much easier just to pull them out in plugs. I just wanted to show you guys what the roots look like on these, and they'll transplant just fine. I'll be able to put them back in these cups. I'll do one right now. As I'm going through there, I just want to make sure these are the peppercini ones. You just have the soil in here, firm down the soil a little bit, make your hole, put the pepper in there, and just firm the soil down and around the plant. Guys, it's really that simple. I mean, you don't have to go crazy. And with these pepper plants, I mean, not much bad goes wrong with these pepper plants. Super easy to grow. You can get as crazy as you want to with these pepper plants. But really, if you just want to grow something that's super easy, that's ultimately hard to kill, get some jalapeno peppers or some banana peppers or some peppercini peppers, plant them, watch them grow, and I guarantee you can put them in the ground and you're not going to have any issues. The only issue that I have every year is I normally have two hornworms that I normally have. They never go towards my tomatoes. They always go towards the jalapeno peppers. I don't get it, but they, for some reason, love the jalapeno peppers. I figured that the spiciness of the peppers would be a turnoff for them, but it's not. And so those hornworms really love the peppers. But all you do is, when you see damage from the hornworms, they're super huge. You just look for them. They camouflage the green of the plant. But if you look for them, you'll see them. And you just, I sniff off whatever damage that they did. Normally they're hanging on to that damaged area. I just clip it off, throw them in the trash can. If you have chickens, give them to your chickens. If you've got birds in your house, give them to the birds in your house, whatever you want to do. But I normally get 2 a year. But that's normally it. If that's the worst that happens to my pepper plants, I'm happy. I don't normally have any other pest issues with these pepper plants. And so, guys, get you some soil, get you some seeds, get you a container, and go ahead and start planting. I'm going to finish up planting these, and when I get done, I'm going to show you how many pepper plants that I got potted up here. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, guys, we are back. I finally got all these potted up, which, as you can tell, I just had these containers, as I told you earlier, from Amazon. Put the soil in here, put the plant plugs, either the plant plugs or just the seedlings that I had grown in that cup. I put them in there. I have a lot of plants still left over, but I don't want to waste a whole lot of time and space just putting in all these seeds. And so, as you can see, we got about 15 pepper plants that I potted up here, which is more than enough for me. I'm really considering going to a plant seller, doing something just to get rid of some of these, just because you can see I don't have any room for anything else. I've got all these tomatoes back here. I've got kale, I've got lettuce, I've got cabbage, all types of stuff going on back here. And so I really don't have a whole lot of room. And so I'm really thinking about, I grow so much. And so a lot of times I ended up throwing the extras away, or I just give them away to people. But I'm really, thinking about just starting to go to farmers markets and things like that, and seeing if I could sell some of these plants and just, recoup some of my investment in some of this stuff. And so if you guys see me at a farmer's market, say hi to me if I go that route. And so, but fill these up, put the plants in there with tomatoes, peppers. There's a little grace in how deep you can put these. Some of these are kind of leggy. You see they're kind of falling over a little bit, a little floppy. And so as the stems strengthen up, they'll right themselves up. But I planted them a little deeper just so they weren't as wiggly and flopping over, so they don't break. A lot of times throughout the stem, they'll start growing new roots off the stem, and some of these were already growing new roots off the stem because they were just flopped over in these seed trays because I've left them in here way too long, running out of time doing some of this stuff. But got them all potted up, got 15 of these, and so we'll see how things go. I hope you guys like this content. If you have any questions, guys, please hit me up. I'll give you guys a status update as these things continue to grow. Hopefully next time we'll be ready to go ahead and put these pepper plants in the ground, and hopefully here in the next couple months we can start having some peppers growing here. For peppers, you can really start planting them about 4 weeks before you put them in the ground. These here, I've had them in the seed trays way too long. I had them in the seed trays for about 4 weeks. So they were high time to get into being up potted. They've really been neglected in here just because of time. And so about 4 to 8 weeks, they're more than happy to go into the ground. For us, hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, we'll get past some of this cold weather and the frost, and I can start getting some of these planted in the ground. But guys, if you find value to this, if you think this is helpful, please put a comment. If you have any questions, please add a comment in the comment box. If you like this, please like it, subscribe it. Hoping to put out more videos. I'm going to try to put out a video every other day, just so I can keep giving content as we go through the growing season here. But if you guys have any questions, by all means, hit me up. I'm here to help any way that I can. I thank you guys for joining us. We will see you on the next one. We're going to do a seed starting experiment with some okra seeds. I had some leftover okra seeds that I got out of the pods, and so I seed saved okra seeds. And so I'm going to do a germination test. I'm going to compare the seeds that I still have in the containers that I got from the store compared to the ones that I seed saved. We're just going to see which ones do better. And so hang on for that. We'll have that video out on Monday. All right, guys, we will catch you in the next one.